When we came here, just imagine fennel growing everywhere, weeds everywhere, just a mess.
When we walked onto this site, it was weeds, bricks, rubbish.
There was no beauty to the area.
How are you? Yeah.
I love it. It's just amazing just to see the progression to what it is today. Just seeing how wonderful and green it is, it's just fantastic. Let's get into it, everyone. You got your gloves? If you don't have gloves.
The environment is obviously a very crucial part in all our lives.
If we don't look after it, then we're not living in a nice place.
Good. All these people here.
There's so many people today, isn't there? All these are our Ghazzali volunteers, and they dedicate their time on a monthly basis to care for the environment.
What we're concentrating on today is mainly the weeds.
As you can see over there, there's quite a bit of weeds, and the guys are in the process of hacking it all out.
Yeah, I think so.
Got this castor oil plant coming up and it's massive and it would start to swamp these grasses. Today I'm trying to direct their efforts to getting some of those fiddly little weeds out so that it just gives those natives that are starting to take off a better chance. So this is going to be a really good use of your time to get every single bit of these castor oil plants out.
You can see the plants have grown quite a lot. But when it does rain, the weeds also grow.
We do have to come back and spend time weeding and pulling out the roots of the weeds so they don't come back and take over again.
When I heard about a project to do with nature, I immediately put my hand up and I said, yeah, I'm going to be there every month.
It's good to get out and be in touch with the environment. I've got an office job Monday to Friday.
It just gives me an excuse to get down and dirty. I'm in an office from Monday to Friday, so it's good to get outdoors, plant some trees, give something back to the environment.
They all have a passion for this wonderful project to be able to do something.
We were looking for a site where we could actually do something sustainable. Off I went to the council and talked about doing something where we would actually provide volunteers over a period of time, and the council just loved it.
So we started out by weeding, and then eventually we put down the weed mats and the mulch and started planting, and the native plants will eventually take over the whole area.
I facilitate the project by liaising with the Canterbury Council to plan what we're going to be doing, and then I send out emails to the volunteers so they're aware of what's happening. Time for a break, everyone. Yeah, just leave your tools and just make sure that you put it down.
I'm really excited to be part of the Ghazzali project.
We heard about this through Ghazzali Centre.
Ghazzali Centre has many projects.
Feeding the homeless, providing water to drought-stricken areas, and they're doing this fantastic work with the community.
The Ghazzali Centre seeks to address community-based issues and Islamic ones at the same time.
Having something like this is just amazing, returning something to the environment.
Everyone's just having fun, it's very relaxing.
We have a lot of fun.
So it's pretty cool.
The mulch away so we can actually see what we're trying to pull out, and then once we get to the soil is when we would start to dig.
I've actually learned quite a bit.
You learn about how to pull weeds out without disturbing the soil and how to lay out weed mats and mulch.
When you come to actually take out the weeds, don't take out all the soil, keep all the nutrients within the land.
You don't need to be an expert in the field at all, you just learn all these skills as you progress.
Fennel is a weed. It's actually edible, but it's not a native plant. So I'm trying to remove the fennel without disturbing the native plants.
The skills that I've learned is how to identify the different types of plants, what are natives, what aren't.
The group could even make a little mini herbarium of some of the plants that are on this site so that everyone's starting to learn what's a native and what's a weed. We've pulled out all the weeds, we've matted the area, we've put mulch, we've grown natives.
It is a native, is it?
We're going to lay down the weed matting just to stop the weeds from coming back up, and put the plants in.
The seeds that were collected to grow these plants were collected from this whole Cooks River area. Over there we've got some kangaroo grass. When that was planted it was like a little tube stock, and it's just really starting to take off. It's got all these beautiful seeds on it which will eventually seed on the site, so we'll get more and more.
Place it inside the hole here. Add it down a little bit.
This place has just changed so much. When you come back month after month, it's amazing.
It's a complete change. There's a lot more life in this area now.
We've seen blue-tongued lizards, we've seen frogs coming in. So that excites me to be able to see that we've actually been able to create or bring back the native habitat.
We have been now catching volunteers from the locals They have been watching us working and they have joined us.
The world is our home. We need to look after it.
We live in such a concrete city that we are forgetting about the environment.
It's not just about constantly taking and taking, but having to give back as well.
It's our little contribution to the larger scale.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? Since the commencement of the project, we've actually planted 1,500 trees. We've planted now 15 different types of native plants within the area. So I'd like to congratulate everyone on that. It's fantastic. The big picture for Cooks River is to bring back all the native birds and animals.
We came in the morning and some of the shrubs have been overtaken by some of the weeds, so we got down, cleared it up, and it looks fantastic.
A lot of people sort of wonder, well, what can we do? I would say don't worry about whether you're only fixing one patch or only planting one tree. Everything makes a difference.
It's once a month, and within about 2 years you have completely transformed a weed-infested area into a place where flora and fauna is actually flourishing.
You're concerned that it's going to grow like a plant, but at the same time it could actually...
Go New
We'd also like to thank Canterbury Council for providing us with the tools and the materials and plants that's required for us to be successful within this project. To set up the project is not hard at all. Go to your local council and tell them that you'd like to actually regenerate an area and they'll help you find a site. Definitely I'd like to thank the Catchment Management Authority who have provided fundings for this project. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the volunteers who are continuously coming and continuously putting their hard work and dedication towards the environment. And I understand everyone's here, the whole objective everyone's here is because they want to nurturing, caring about the environment. Everyone's here because we want to see a difference. It's for the future generation. We want to leave a legacy behind. So with all the little children that we see, they're going to be in our stage and they can